Listen up or run for cover. Dropping knowledge from the people who have it to the people who need it. The real Bradley Bombs is dropping.
What it is, Brad Lee back again with another episode of Dropping Bombs. Today in the studio, folks, I've got a real treat for you. Colton Lindsay, welcome to the show.
What's up, Bradley?
Folks, if you don't know Colton Lindsay, he's a big wig in the real estate world. Trains a lot of people how to produce far more than they were producing before. He basically got in the business young. His mom was an office manager or some shit like that. And he saw a lot of top producers out there doing their thing, and he just took a observational position and started to recognize what they were doing right, what they were doing wrong, and then eventually built out a business in the years that followed. And now you manage one of the most successful agencies in Utah.
Yeah.
All real estate.
Yeah.
Now, earlier we were talking, and by the way, you have a WGR Academy, which is a real estate mastermind that helps realtors create a leveraged business that generates $500,000 to $1 million in annual revenue, with the agent personally doing less than 20% of the sales production. So you teach them a system, obviously.
Yeah, system. We learned about systems today.
And then the old 5-level quiz is basically where they find out what level of real estate agent they currently are and learn what they need to do to become a 5th-level agent.
Correct.
And I imagine the 5th-level agent is what generates all this additional revenue at 20% of the workload.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say it's 20% of the workload, but you're not out there doing the sales every single day, right? The listing appointment, the buyer appointment. You still got to add value to your organization. The workload just shifts, you know?
So if I'm a realtor out there in the world, in North Carolina, will your shit work there as it does in Utah?
We got agents in North Carolina. We got Colton Lindsay. She's out of Charlotte, North Carolina.
I like Charlotte.
Yeah. She's tripled her business since working with the mastermind. Boom. Yeah.
Checking out my new soundboard.
Yeah, she's crushing it. And
is she out there just blowing shit away?
She's blowing shit away.
Nice.
Right? She sent me a message the other day. She did 4 deals herself while her team she leveraged her 4 deals out to her team as well. Yeah, I like this sound effect. Wah, wah.
All right, so good. That's interesting stuff. Now, folks, we're going to cover a little bit of that today on Dropping Bombs. In case you're a realtor and you want to learn how to do some of that, I'm going to be talking to Colton about it and how he, developed it and what someone can do to do this on their own, right? Give a little of that mastermind information out.
For sure.
But earlier we were talking and I said, what do you really want to talk about? What can really help people in sales or business or real estate for that matter? And you said acquiring a customer, isn't that where it all starts? And I said, absolutely. Because if you can't find a customer, if you can't generate and get a customer, closing skills and everything else are moot.
Completely.
There's no value in the rest of it.
Zero, zilch. Leads have no value. Contracts do.
Although the opposite is also true. Because I get a lot of people that they know how to generate leads, but they can't close them to save their life.
Right.
And I go in and I help people do that. Why? Because, dude, leads is your problem. That's a marketing issue.
Yeah.
If you don't have anyone to talk to me, that's a marketing issue.
For sure.
Now, when you say acquiring a customer, is that a marketing discussion you're talking about?
Well, I think it's both. I'm more on the sales discussion because no matter what level you're at, you got to have a conversation with a human being. You got to move them to an appointment. In the real estate industry, you got to move them to an appointment. You got to give a presentation. You got to get a contract signed.
Yeah. Well, again, that's in any industry.
Right.
Usually.
Well, not after I saw the system. Then you give the presentation virtually while you're out on the stage smoking a cigar.
It's one way you could do it.
Yeah. But in real estate, yeah.
So how do people acquire customers? If you were out there in the bomb squad listening, which is my listeners, and you're sitting there going, okay, dude, I'm listening. How do I acquire customers? What would you tell them?
Well, I think first I'm going to ask how long you're in business and where you're currently at. Because you got no money, you need to start just talking with people, right? But there's a couple levels in business, like in real estate. I call it the 5 levels of real estate agent. And 90% of realtors fail out in the first year or two. They never get past 4 or 6 deals a year, right? But if they do, they peak out what I call level 3, the leverage level. And most realtors, they're not making a bunch of money before real estate. They didn't grow up rich. I didn't grow up rich, right? So they start spending money like working class people and they become slaves to their business. So they buy the shit they can't afford yet. What we got to do is at that leverage level, you realize, well, you've got either time or money. If you've got more money and less time, you got to start marketing. And there's a difference, in my opinion, between marketing and advertising. Advertising, put time, effort, energy, money into people that don't know you. And marketing's putting time, effort, energy, and money into people that do know you. And in the real estate industry, the best and quickest way to generate revenue is from your network. You got to build that network to scale it. So I look at it as, okay, who are you talking with every single day? What level of relationship are you nurturing or developing?
And what could there be?
Well, there's completely cold relationship where you don't have a network.
So if I just started, that's what I would
Right.
need.
If you were brand new, I would say call for sale by owners, call expireds, and cold call people. I would also say go create a list of 100 people that you just know with their phone number and call them and just say, hey, I'm into real estate. I'm asking for a favor. Do you mind? I'm expanding my business. If you hear of anyone thinking of making a move in the next year or two, would you even feel comfortable sending my way? You would. They're always going to say yes. They don't want to tell you no on the phone. They need to give them the promise. Hey, listen, Brad, anyone you send to me, I'm going to take care of them. I'm going to make sure they're treated great, and I'm going to keep you updated so they know that you're not going to embarrass them, right? And say, by the way, who do you know should have on my radar over the next year or so? Someone that's moving, a friend, a church member, a colleague, whatever, right? Most of the time, they don't have someone right there. Sometimes you do, but usually they don't. It's 2 days later when you send that automated email that said, hey, appreciate you for the call. Remember, everyone moves for whatever reason. Let me know. And you're keeping your marketing in between. You're doing a client event. You're doing a postcard. You're retargeting them online. You're doing an email system. And you're building that relationship up over time.
Relationship.
And I would recommend that when you call them, if you just have their name and number, like everyone has a fucking phone with numbers in it, call them up, get their mailing address, get their email address, and start to stay in contact with them from these different areas. I mean, look at what do you do with your Instagram account, right? You got homeboy over here following you around all day long, and you're adding value to people's lives. Start adding value to people's lives in your real estate business or whatever business that you're in. Stop talking about the shit that people don't care about and start truly influencing in a positive direction.
Give me some examples.
Well, for example, realtors, they always will send you like a fucking, I don't know, like a recipe or some bullshit, right? Or they're telling about the rates all the time.
Who teaches this? Someone's teaching it.
Someone's fucking teaching. I don't know who's fucking teaching it, right? But most of when I look at real estate, they're not looking to buy or sell every day. It's like every 3 to 5 years they might make a move, or they hear someone at a party and then you're the guy or you're the gal. So what if you resonate with a message on what your value system is? Like me and the WGR brand, it's make a difference, right? I don't care if you're my real estate client, my academy, my organization, my community. I just want to add value to your life. Right. So a lot of things that I do is I talk a lot about how do you manage your state of emotion, right? Because I used to have a lot of anxiety. You and I talked about that earlier. I fucking hate anxiety. I mean, it sucks. So now I talk a lot about how I deal with that, which is with breath work. And then people reach out to me all the time, or I'm talking about how I'm doing business deals, and then people reach out to me about that, right? We're brainstorming earlier today. Well, what if we went and picked out 10 of the local business owners today, and we just put together some simple video marketing pieces for them that they could use for their people? Right. And we just give it to them for free, but then we build that relationship. What happens from that? I don't know. And I see oftentimes opportunity comes from what's off the radar. You've seen like that traffic radar machine, you know, at the air traffic control. Mm-hmm. It's most of your opportunities off of the radar that you can't see it. Right. So very simple. Start building relationships every single day. But for the brand new, you got to make fucking money. Right. I don't know about you. I would go out of business if I didn't make money. So most realtors, they need money today. FSBOs and expireds are like raising your hand, like, hey, I'm thinking of making a move. So call them up, use a word script, a conversation, set an appointment, give a killer listing presentation that leads them to a yes, get a signed contract, follow a system to put them up on the multiple listing service, price it right so you generate multiple offers, especially in today's fucking market, have the right pictures on there, jack the price up as high as possible, get them their money, then they're going to love you, and then keep building that relationship. Don't finish once you close the deal. Continue to add value to their lives.
Do a lot of people make that mistake?
Most realtors make make that mistake. You know, today it's so easy to just try and do some Facebook ads or to buy some Zillow leads. You know what's funny about fucking Zillow? Zillow is literally calling every fucking realtor in the world saying, hey, listen, we got this premier zip code opening up, right? It's exclusive. It's going to go soon. They get them onto a presentation. They tell how much it's going to cost. They get their credit card, and then they sell them, right? They're literally fucking calling agents and selling them, whereas an agent could do the same fucking thing and just start calling people to build their own network and sell them shit.
The tactical that he just mentioned is you call, because I'm thinking, okay, I'm out there listening to this podcast. What I just learned is if I don't have any money, I can't do much marketing or advertising.
Right.
So I got to build from the ground up.
Right.
You build from the ground up by calling FSBOs, for sale by owners,
Yep.
expireds, whatever that means. I would imagine that's
Expired
a listing
seller.
that's expired.
Yep.
And realtors have access to all this, obviously.
Yep.
And then what was the third one?
Third one is build your network. So write a list
Network.
of 100 people that you know with their phone number and call them and have a simple, that conversation I just did. You can go to inside of my academy. We give you these word scripts. You can just literally, I've done YouTube videos where I just read the word script on a for sale by owner and they say they'll meet with me. You don't have to be great.
Yeah, you've systematized it.
Right. That's all a script is. It's a system.
Right. And by the way, folks, this applies if you're starting a business as a landscaper, a plumber, a furniture store, a jewelry store.
Right. You have to generate customers.
Yeah, because I always get DM'd, you know, and the answer's basically the same. Like if you have no money and you can't spend $100,000 generating leads and prospects and sales through digital marketing, which just is simple, you just cost money.
Yeah, not to say that digital marketing doesn't have its place when you scale your business. And you'll get to the point like one of our mastermind partners, Al Torrey, he's out of Boca Raton, Florida. Now he has people from the Philippines that are calling the same leads that he was calling, except for they're setting the appointments for him and his team, right? So then it creates the leverage for you.
It's leveraging time.
Right, but you don't have, when you're brand new or making less than 150K, you don't have the money to do that. And where agents make the mistake is they make their first 150K, which is a lot to for most agents, and then they go and buy that new fucking 3 Series BMW, which is a piece of shit car anyways, or they buy their 2014 Land Rover because they want a Land Rover, and instead of reinvesting back in their business or managing their cash flow to create leveraged residual income.
But if I show up and take a client out in a turd,
no, not true.
Not true anymore?
In my day, when I was doing, I sold 42 for sell by owners, and I did 75 sales that year driving a fucking No Fear Cavalier, 2001 Chevrolet natural gas Cavalier. You don't have to fucking drive a nice vehicle to convert deals.
did you do it virtually or did you pick them up?
Well, I didn't focus on buyers.
You didn't have the mutton chops, did you?
I didn't have the mutton chops. I
See,
did have
now that you're rich and successful and don't have to do it all yourself, you're allowed to grow overgrown
want
beard.
the chops because I like it during ski season.
Do you shave the chin or it just won't grow there?
This is just where it just doesn't grow, Brad. It's
I thought it was a style.
I don't know why. No,
I'm
making it a style.
How long are you letting it go?
I don't know. I trimmed it since our last podcast. We did virtually, but I didn't go clean. I'm probably going to go
That's less than your last one?
Yeah, no, this is less.
Oh, I thought it was more.
It might have grown back to the same because I trimmed it, but it'll definitely go into ski season this year.
If I was looking for an adjective to describe your beard, I would say wily.
Wily, I like that.
You can't have a wily beard in the real
great?
estate industry, can you?
You can have a wily beard in the real estate industry, for
And
sure.
it doesn't matter?
Times have shifted in real estate. It's not 2004 pre like Facebook or anything. There's this gap. I believe I'm one of the luckiest people on planet Earth because I got to see business before Facebook and Instagram and DocuSign and all this shit. And so I seen the transition. Whereas if you're like 45 years or older in real estate, your brain's not clicking to shift. People don't fucking care how you dress or look anymore. Go to a fucking bank if they're still open anymore. It's normal to have tattoos and eye piercings or nose piercings. When I was in high school, they're like, no, you can't do that. You won't get a job, right? But today it's way more acceptable. It's
not only that, but it completely irrelevant if you're given first class service.
Right. I mean, obviously you have to be skilled in your communication, but people are going to sense your energy, your emotional state, and they know when you're fucking weird.
You know, and let's define weird because I find it a lot of times
Creepy. Let's use creepy instead of weird.
Well, even creepy. I find a lot of times creepy, weird, any kind of adjective to describe awkwardness is usually rooted in a lack of confidence.
Yeah.
And a lack of confidence is usually rooted in a lack of skill.
Yeah. No, you know what, Brad? I get a lack of confidence around you.
Why is that?
Cause we walk in and you start, I'm like, fuck, dude, what's going on here all this time? I wasn't prepared for it, right? I did try to get you a Cuban cigar, though. I talked to Jeff, and I was like, fuck, where do I get a Cuban cigar here in Utah? They don't exist.
Very hard to get.
No. Yeah.
You got to know someone who knows someone.
Yeah.
I could get you a Cuban cigar.
You could get me a Cuban cigar, but how cool would it be? It's like, hey, dude, Jeff, bro.
No, dude, that would have been awesome.
I was like, Brad, here's a Cuban for you, bro.
Especially if it was real. But if you're not into cigars, 90% of the time it'd be fake.
Yeah, probably.
Even if you have a friend in Miami.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, he's actually. It was Al, the one I was telling you about. Dude,
He could be legit though.
He could be.
Like there are people with real connections.
Yeah.
They're just few and far between.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know because I'm not a cigar guy.
Well,
I would have been giving you a fake one from Nicaragua, probably.
yeah. Well, that's a real cigar. It's just not a real Cuban cigar.
Fake Cuban. Yeah, I would have given you a real Nicaraguan.
Some of the Nicaraguan cigars are fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, you got Dominican, Nicaraguan, and Cuban.
Yeah.
Cuban have their own distinct flavor and characteristics, but you can find some fantastic.
Yeah. You know, if I started smoking cigars, I'd have to learn how to smoke them without inhaling them, right? Because I'm like used to like a joint, like.
Yeah, you don't inhale those suckers.
No.
But let's get back to the value, friends. Value. I'm trying to give value.
Right.
FSBOs, expireds, network, shake some hands, talk to your friends and relatives. When you go out to eat at restaurants, introduce yourself. What I say is the more hands you shake, the more money you make. That applies in real estate.
Yeah.
That's building a network.
Yep.
People say, I have enough friends. No, you don't. You don't have enough friends.
No.
I personally wish everybody in the world was my friend.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
I wish I knew everybody.
Yeah, you know a simple way to do that for a real estate agent or anyone that's direct sales is you're going to the grocery store, you're going to where, there's human interaction. Don't spend your time in line on your social media. Just pay attention to what's going on and have a simple interaction with people. Some of my best deals over the last decade came from at the grocery store, just because I was having a conversation with the same checkout person when I'd buy something at the grocery store, right? Or that bank teller that, in the early days when I would deposit my own checks.
Or a hairstylist.
Right, or hairstylist.
Or waitress.
Yeah, exactly.
Or casino host.
Well, I don't have a casino in Utah.
Or stewardess.
Yeah.
Airline attendant, whatever the politically correct terminology.
Flight attendant.
Flight attendant.
You're so sexist, Brad.
Yes. But it's true. That's what I mean by more hands you shake, more money you make.
Yeah.
People undervalue networking.
And I think too, don't just shake the hand and not talk with them ever again. Have conversations with. What did you say? What's the one? What are one of those parts of training? Actually, one of those pieces is repetition.
Sure.
You got to repetitively, connect with these human beings. It's not like one time and set it, forget it.
But some people feel stupid and awkward. You know why?
No, because they're insecure. They don't believe in themselves.
There's a number of reasons. Those are definitely on the high level of the number, but also because they didn't practice. Mm-hmm. They didn't do it enough times. So now it's like, oh my God, I'm not just going to introduce myself to that person. That feels weird. Well, it feels weird because you're not familiar with it. But dude, I'm telling you, I've closed a shit ton of deals by making some sort of fucking observational, humorous comment that sparked off a conversation.
Yeah.
Like if I didn't know you and I was, in the sales mode still, I'd be like, dude, what do you do for a living to have fucking mutton chops like that?
I fucking hang out and drink whiskey with Brad Lee.
Well, how can I help with that? You know what I'm saying? So now all of a sudden the conversation's begun. It was just a comment, observational. Hey, dude, what's WGR? Boom. The conversation begins. Next thing you know, I sell a Lightspeed system and fucking 50 grand worth of services. Why? Because I said, what's WGR? When most people are like, well, he doesn't look like someone that needs a VT system. Or, hey, I don't know what to say to this individual. This guy looks a little young to be able to afford a house. Maybe this dude's an investor nowadays. Yeah. Nowadays, dude, there's 20-year-old kids making $5 million on fucking the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't judge anymore,
No.
which is why tattoos and nose piercings don't matter much anymore.
Yeah.
Unless you're an old school fellow.
Yeah. Well, and I know the old school realtors, at least in my area and most areas, are going out of business.
How they doing?
They're not doing great.
How come?
Because they're going out. They're stuck in their old school ways.
They're not adapting.
They're right. They're trying to send a fax with a sign here sticker still, and no one's. I don't even have a fucking fax machine, right? Like, how are you gonna fax me an office or an offer, right? Like, I can't.
Dude, if someone wants to fax me something, I'd be like, no.
No fax. I don't fax.
Yeah, dude, who faxes anymore?
No, I don't.
Do people still have fax?
There's an e-fax. I can't figure it out, so I don't do it.
That's a fucking digital scan.
Right, like I don't do that.
I call my assistant and I say, hey, can you scan this and
Right.
email it to so-and-so?
Right, I say that. I say, hey, Shaylee, can you handle this?
We'll scan it.
Right. And even with Dropbox today, it makes it so simple. Like, just take a quick scan into your whatever the fuck you're scanning into.
Just like DocuSign.
Hey, but I want to back up, though, right? When we were talking about repetition is the mother of all skills, so inside of the academy, I teach the 5-level framework. It was probably, I don't know, 2010 or some shit. I don't know. But I said I wasn't selling as much real estate back when this was happening. I called the top 3 realtors in my market, that were selling a lot of houses. And I asked them to go to lunch. 2 of them told me no. They didn't have time. They're too busy for me. But one of them, a guy named Gerald Ivey, he's still selling real estate today for like 40 years, it feels like. Okay, he's selling real estate. Took him to lunch. And I said, hey, what do you do differently than the other agents that makes you so much money? And he told me, and I've coined it today as what I call the 5x5x5 system. So it's where you have 5 actions that you do 5 days a week for 5 hours, and you will make $500,000 to $1 million, even as a single agent. Okay. All right. So the first thing he says is I show up at the office at 7:30. And for the first 30 minutes to 45 minutes of my day, I focus on my communication skills, my sales skills. So I'm practicing calling my sphere of influence, my FSBOs, my expireds, and getting the appointment set. I practice giving my listing presentation so I know what I'm going to do when I show up. So that
Which builds confidence.
Right, to build confidence. So that was the first of the 5x5x5. The second thing he says is I spend from 8:15 till like noon every single day on the phone call prospecting these people that I'm practicing for, right? So that second thing is you're having conversations with people. The third thing that he says that he does is he actually goes on presentations and gives face-to-face presentations. Today you can do it over Zoom and you get a contract signed. The fourth thing that he says that he does is he has a series of routines that he follows with specific rituals that drive outcomes. In easy way to say it is he has a time management system. He has a system that he follows for his day. And then the fifth thing that he says he does is he tracks his input. So he tracks what's he practicing on his communication today? Who did he call today? What presentation did he give today? What things did he do today? How many deals did he put on? So he has a tracking system. And so it's very simple. You just follow those 5 freaking actions every single day. You'll make a lot of money in real estate. Super simple.
That's loud. Good, though. Folks, you better pay attention because, again, this applies outside of real estate.
It's in everything. Everything is about sales. The question is, are you aware of it or not?
Yeah, everything is about sales. The question is are you aware of it or not?
Didn't I just fucking say that?
I don't know. But I can tell you that it's fact. What he's saying is fact. I always tell people there's good salespeople and bad salespeople. The difference between good and bad are the bad ones don't know they're doing it.
Yeah.
But everyone does it.
Yeah.
And everyone that applies what you're talking about, even though you've learned it in the real estate industry, it applies.
Yeah.
To cars,
Yeah.
to furniture, to RVs, to commercial real estate, to frickin' investments, crypto.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
Everything.
Whatever business you're
We
in.
moved it over to the academy. Right?
Yeah, now like FSBO expired. Well, that doesn't apply to cars. I know, but you have to find the equivalent of FSBO.
Right.
You know what the fucking equivalent to FSBO is in the car business?
For sell by owner cars on the classified ad.
Craigslist.
Right.
Classifieds.
Right.
Call them. They're selling their car.
My guess is there's companies that produce this list for you.
There probably is, but that takes money.
Right.
So again, I'm talking about no money because,
Right.
dude, I like to give people tactical
Well,
shit.
you know what I did in the early days is back in the day, it was legal in Utah that the title company could provide you that list for free. So you could tap into other relationships, other resources that are actually creating these lists already, and they could provide them to you, and you could do the work and kick them. In title, all they wanted was you to send the title deal there. But in the car industry, you could just kick them a small referral fee off the deal.
That's right.
If they're not using the list.
But FSBO and Craigslist be equal.
Right.
Okay. Expireds is, again, there's an equal.
Right.
At the end of the day, folks, what he's saying applies to any industry.
Right.
If you're an entrepreneur and you're starting up a business, the same shit applies.
Yep.
Who's doing it's the question. Well, if you're a one-man band and you call yourself the CEO, you better put a / salesperson / marketing manager / copywriter / media buyer / photographer /
Okay, so let's talk about that. No matter if you're a one-man band or you got a whole team, you have to have a system to follow throughout your day.
You should, yeah.
Yeah, I look at it as our day, and this is the third secret that I teach to people when they first come to the academy, is I don't teach time management. I teach life management. I think there's 3 parts of our day. There's a morning, there's a day, and there's an evening. And I used to always think that time equals money or time equals opportunity. That's what I've been programmed since I was a kid. But I realized that time actually equals emotion. What am I feeling in that moment? When I wake up in the morning, I don't actually want to feel like solving a bunch of fucking problems. For just a minute, for me, Brad, I want to feel like, you know what, dude, like I don't have to solve the world problems today. I can just be here and chill. So for me, it's moved to 40 ounces of water, do breath work, meditation, Tai Chi, yoga. That's my thing. But you got to discover what is your morning.
You're preparing.
Right. And one of the activities that I do every day, and I call it a ritual, because a ritual is an activity that drives a specific emotion to create a specific outcome. So every single day, I do what's called a SMART day. It's a 30-minute, basically a CEO meeting with yourself. What are the 3 to 5 outcomes I want to create today? Because most salespeople or business people, they have like fucking to-do lists that last forever. Who cares about to-do lists? Let's get outcomes. So I'll say, you know what? I want to be a badass business person that drives revenue into my business today. Why is that important to me? Well, I want to fund my lifestyle. I want to pay for my kids to go to private school because fucking regular school sucks right now. I want to remodel my Model A Ford. I want to buy some Cuban cigars, right? Which you said is what? $3 to $5 grand for like 6 cigars? I don't know what the fucking cost on cigars.
No.
But it's expensive.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I mean, it can be. It can be.
You've spent $3 to $5 grand. But if you want to have that lifestyle, so you flood it with certainty, then what are 3 to 5 actions that I'm going to do today that makes me a badass business person that drives revenue into my business? And you do those 3 to 5 actions.
Every day.
Every day.
Now, see, another guy having some success in life. I'm having some success. People ask me, what's my morning routine? I call it the $1 million morning. Number 1, I wake up knowing full well that is more valuable than $1 million. Yeah. Agree or disagree?
Agree.
Okay, so every day I wake up, I get something more valuable than $1 million. So that puts my perspective and attitude in the right place. Yep. I'm pumped. Yep. I don't have to work out. I get to work out.
Yeah.
So then I wake up and I do 4 key things. I focus on the health, focus on relationships, focus on the money, and focus on the mind. The money is what you're saying right now. I every day will write down 5 things that drive revenue today.
Yep.
And focus on it, because what you focus on grows and what you ignore dies.
There's 2 things I'm grateful for every single morning. When I wake up and I go through 3 things that made me smile or laugh in the previous 24 hours. And then I go through 10 things that I'm grateful for. 2 things that are always on that list. 1, I fucking exist. Somehow, some way, I'm still, whether it's fucking here or somewhere, I'm here. I exist. Second thing is, I still get to call my mom and dad every fucking day. Like, they're going to answer the phone or they're going to call me. Those 2 things alone make life just fucking worth it. Everything else is a bonus in my existence.
Yep. Folks, pay attention. So I built a network. I start working my network. Now I got a little money.
Yeah.
Now what?
So this is called the leverage stage. And I believe there's 2 types of leverage. One is technology asset, which is, call it Dropbox, DocuSign, Google Drive,
CRMs, whatever.
CRMs, right? That's technology asset. The second part is human asset, human beings that can help you manage the systems or run the system that you've created with technology asset, or run a word script, or run a routine like the SMART day, and can do a morning, day, and evening routine, right? And you get those individuals. And you know what? You ever watch that TV show called Yellowstone? I fucking love it. So that old cowboy, I can't remember his name. He's like 65. He's been fucking that young chick recently, right?
Yeah.
You know who I mean.
Yeah, which is totally unreal.
Right. He said this thing recently. He said, you're either born a willow or you're born an oak. I don't know what it is, but people are either born with this hunger to create an amazing experience in this life, or they're not. I don't know how to teach that. Maybe you can teach me how to teach that, but I don't know it, right? And so when you're born an oak and you're born with this drive to create something, then you're going to go fucking get into action. Those are the people you got to fucking find. Like, what did I say when we were setting this up? You got a bunch of smart people around you. That's the human asset I'm talking about. You got to have a filter or a system to allow those people into your organization. And
yeah, but some people are too greedy, stingy, or I say stupid.
Sounds like they're like a fucking willow then.
Well, it could be, but like there's people out there that come to me and they're like, how do I scale my business? And I say, well, tell me where you are. We're doing $1 million, for example. And I say, well, why don't you take 200,000 of that and go do this? And they're like, oh, 200,000, then there won't be any left. Yeah. Can't do that.
Yeah.
Well, dude, you need to hire people. You need to leverage technology. You say technology and
human.
Yeah, I say time.
Yeah.
Because technology I agree with, but I say time because leveraging humans is
time.
Creating time.
Yeah.
People say you only have 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
I've got 824.
Is that the number of people that work in your organization that have 24
No, because I have
hours?
100 employees that give me 8 hours.
Yeah.
So I have 800 there.
You.
And I got 24 of my own. So I have 824 hours a day. Who's trying to tell you only have 24 hours in a day? Well, yeah, unless you don't leverage and create time.
Yeah.
So people, to me, is time. That's one of the things you can do to leverage time.
Right.
People. And then technology is also in that bucket.
Yeah.
I can create drip campaigns. I can create interactive videos that can filter out. And then my salespeople are talking to the people that clicked yes. They're not trying to find the yeses. They're talking to the yeses.
You know, there's a system that works for that, for training.
Yep.
Have you heard of it?
I have. I invented it.
What's it called?
Lightspeed.
Lightspeed.
But using that as a great example, again, people don't understand that, number one, more hands you shake, more money you make. Mm-hmm. You don't have any money, you can't afford the technology and the people, then fucking get your hands off your cock and put your socks on. Yeah. Let's go to work.
Have you seen that?
Let's go to work.
Hashtag cock in a sock?
No.
Don't look it up.
But listen, let's go to work. That's what it takes. People can DM me till they're blue in the face. What do? I'm brand new. I just started my business. Give me some tips. That I can give you tips all day long, but at the end of the day, if you don't do the work, you're not going to have the money to take advantage of some of the tips I'll give you.
Right.
Like, hey, go grab HubSpot, sign up for HubSpot, and then do this, and that. Well, I don't know how to do HubSpot. Well, just hire someone to set up your HubSpot. Right. Oh shit, I don't have the money. Right. So it goes back down to, okay, you got to do the work yourself. Yeah. And you can't leverage technology or people because you can't hire them. So what do? You become the people and the technology.
Right.
You can go out and shake hands. Nowadays with this whole COVID shit, things are changing.
Things are changing.
But guess what? I can jump in a Facebook group and meet people. I can make a post that's intelligent. I can provide value. Someone asked me the other day, how do I provide value? And I said, now see, if I told you how to provide value to me, isn't that me giving you value automatically by telling you how to frickin' be valuable to me? You're asking me for value by asking me how to give me value.
Right. You're taking value to learn about value. I gotcha.
Don't ask that.
Right.
Fucking make some assumptions in life.
I look at real estate as an example. You do this in car sales, you do this in insurance sales. There's Zoom, there's FaceTime, there's all these other different platforms today. You actually, as a real estate, we'll take real estate because that's what my background is. You actually don't have to go see houses anymore. You can literally I just did with one of my sales agents. So I got a friend from high school. His parents were moving back from Virginia, retiring from the Navy. I was like, fuck, I'll do this meeting. I haven't done a buyer or seller presentation in years, right? I'm going to hop on this call. They're in Virginia. I'm in Utah. We did it over fucking Zoom, right? So you can use technology to fucking sell real estate today, to sell cars today. You don't have to leave your kitchen table or your office space or wherever it is you work from.
Not only do you don't have to, you probably shouldn't.
Why? Why do you want to fucking drive 45
less gas,
minutes? Right?
Less time.
Who likes traffic? I fucking hate traffic.
Not to mention, dude, people prefer this.
Yeah.
Like we sell systems, right? And a lot of people always say, how much? I don't have very much content because they think they need to have hundreds of hours.
Yeah.
And I try to tell people don't buy training for the amount of content that you have. They buy it for the result that it will get them. Right. If I told you I'll double your income in an hour or I'll double your income in 6 days, what do you prefer?
An hour.
Yeah. Hey, I'll teach you how to freaking close every deal in 15 minutes, or I got the same exact outcome, but it's 39 hours of content.
Right.
Which do you prefer?
Well, think about this. As a listing presentation, you can be in and out in 30 minutes. But if you have to drive 45 minutes there and 45 minutes back, it really took you about an hour and a half or something like that.
Especially if you're in a shitter.
Right. But imagine
You show up with sweat rings. One time we were going to be shown houses, and the realtor showed up, and she had sweat rings in her blouse because apparently
Where, like under her boobs or like in her armpits?
on her back.
I might have some.
Hey, back.
Hot here.
It was down her back.
Yeah.
It was
Here in
you,
Vegas?
You could see it. Yeah.
Well, of course, it's in fucking
She didn't.
Vegas.
Her car didn't have air conditioning.
Well, how? Why not?
Don't know.
How do you not have air conditioning in Las Vegas?
Well, your air conditioner goes out
Well, you get a new car. You get a new fix. You
before your next appointment.
Fuck, I borrow a car, right? Like I could have got a fucking car. I have Mickey drive.
Well, you're resourceful.
Right.
This person was diligent.
What was her
she
name?
Had
Was it Lawanda?
She
Sounds
had
like someone named Lawanda.
She had a appointment, so she showed up for it. By God, and the sweat stains, not stains, I would say, the sweat rings were a little distracting.
Yeah.
Which goes to people are judging you.
Yeah.
Do you realize that?
Yeah, people are judging us.
And we're judging people.
Right. I'm judging people.
Everybody
for sure.
judges.
I'd like to judge for sure.
Everybody judges.
Yeah.
The Bible says,
You know who I was-
thou shalt not.
Fuck.
Thou shalt not judge.
Yeah.
However,
I judged today.
We all do.
I judged the sheriff at the Las Vegas airport today.
You're being judged.
Yeah.
And you're judging.
Yeah.
Should we?
I mean, I don't know if we should or we shouldn't, but we fucking do it.
Yeah, so why not do it right?
Right.
How do you judge people
Yeah.
nowadays?
Yeah.
Do you know?
Whether they wear a mask or not.
That's one way. Are you a mask wearer?
I'm not a mask wearer. In fact, the gal I'm dating, she said today, "Hey Colton, please wear a mask on your flight." I'm like, "Why?" She's like, "Because I don't need you put on the no-fly list, right? Because you're trying to make a statement, right?" But I'm not a fucking mask wearer.
Yeah. What, did you wear a mask?
It was like this. Like I wear it like around my chin with like my face hanging out. That's basically.
But you're doing it to protect others. Why don't you just protect others?
I don't fucking believe a fucking thing they're saying, Brad.
Why?
Why?
Are you
Because
a scientist?
I don't need to be. There's two things. You know who we talked about, Stefan, earlier, right? He wrote his really great book. What is it called? Hard Times Create Strong Men. Awesome book if you haven't read it. But in there, he talks about synthetic intelligence and infinite intelligence. Just because it's fucking science doesn't mean it's fucking truth. You can manipulate data. We all need to fucking start trusting.
Fart strusting.
We need to start trusting. This whiskey is fucking from 1974 or some shit, right? But you gotta.
That's right. It's Pappy Van Winkle.
Oh, I love me some Van Winkle. You got to start trusting ourselves more.
Instincts.
Right.
Intuition.
Right. Which is not part of data. It's the infinite intelligence. Napoleon.
You get taught not to trust yourself.
Right.
Verify.
And we're from fucking beginning of the school program, church program. Doesn't fucking matter. Don't fucking trust yourself. Trust Fauci.
So I started networking. I made some deals based on what you just told me.
Right.
I'm hustling. I'm out there working my balls off.
Right.
I've closed some deals. I got a little bit of money. What's the first thing I need?
Transaction coordinator.
A transaction coordinator.
Right. So it's the easiest fucking part of the file. You put the deal under contract, or you get the new customer. You need to upload it to the MLS, or you need to put it from the open of escrow to the close of escrow. It takes 20, 30 hours. You could pay $300-$400, have someone do it, and you're going to go make some more fucking sales calls, and you're going to go set, especially today's commissions, Brad. Have you seen what these kids in real estate are making today? They're making fucking $10,000, $15,000 on one deal. What would you rather do? Pay $400 to leverage yourself on a transaction and go make another 15? Or do you want to work that 20 hours because it's fucking easy and you're afraid to have a conversation?
And you don't want to spend money.
Yeah.
Because you just got some.
I'll tell you why they don't want to spend money. Because they got a fucking car payment because they finally got a nice car the first time in their life.
Or they just don't understand money's a tool.
They don't understand cash flow management. You know why? The same fucking person that told us to follow the science taught us to fucking have debt.
You don't believe in debt?
No, I don't believe in bad debt.
Right. Do you believe in debt, though?
I actually just love fucking some debt.
Me too. That's another thing. Again, people are taught not to get into
make
debt.
some money with me, not to buy a. I mean, Not saying don't go buy nice shit.
I tell people to buy nice shit. You know
But
why?
get an asset first.
I tell people to live outside their means.
Fuck that. Not
Do you
me,
know
man.
why?
Nope. Not me.
Do you know why though?
Why? Because it'll push you to work harder?
That's right.
Yeah, I hate that. That's
But it
fear-driven.
works.
Yeah.
When I ran
it does
sales
work.
teams, and they'd come to me and say, "Dude, I'm thinking about buying such and such."
Yep.
I'd always say, "Yes, indeedy."
Not me. You know what I fucking teach? Manage your fucking cash flow and buy an asset that's going to pay for that fucking car that you want or that thing that you want. Be driven by the outcome, not by the fucking fear. Most people are driven by fucking fear. I don't want to live a life full of fucking fear. Fuck that.
Well, yeah. Even though it's inevitable,
Yeah, you're going to face some fear.
you have to. The question is, how do you leverage fear?
Yeah.
Because fear is a powerful motivator.
It
dude.
is a powerful motivator.
One of the most powerful.
What if you didn't have to be driven by fear, though?
What if you could use it to drive?
Yeah. And what if you could use the opposite, which is love, to pull?
How do you do that?
It's simple. Think about everything you've created. Did you really fucking just hustle your ass off, or was it your destiny?
I hustled.
You did hustle, but you had to have a direction to drive, right? Like, how many opportunities fucking fell in your lap and you fucking picked up the ball and you ran it in the end zone?
A bunch.
Right. All you happened to be was moving forward and the ball was falling in your place, but you had practiced your skills that when the ball fell, you could fucking pick it up.
That's right.
Yeah.
I met more people too.
You met more people.
Like, I have a ton of freaking acquaintances. Like, I know a lot of people. That's how I know you.
Yeah, because of Jay Duran.
That's right.
Yeah.
Jay Duran. I know
what a
Jay.
singer.
Jay knows you.
Yeah, I
now
like
me and
Jay.
you know each other.
Yeah,
And I'll
here
bet
we
you
are.
I'll bet you I'll get a deal from you, literally.
Yeah.
Or from someone you know eventually.
Right.
What if I never met you?
Yep. You wouldn't have got it.
I couldn't have.
In fact, I have the next guy for you to meet.
Who?
His name is George Morris.
Why?
He owns Century 21 Everest, has about 1,200 agents.
See?
That dude is going some fucking,
He needs a system.
He needs a system. We need to have George. In fact, you know what? He will deliver some bombs for you.
Will he?
Oh, yeah.
Introduce.
Let's do it.
And make the introduction. So let's say someone's out there at a party and they're doing something. How do you make a quick introduction?
Wait, say that again?
How do you break the ice with somebody?
I don't know, so Elise, the lady I'm dating, she says I have like a high level of like autism, Asperger's, right? So I don't really.
I always thought Asperger's was like really big dingleberries.
I don't know. But, I mean, I pretty much just say what comes to me, right? But
That's Tourette's.
no, I'm not saying like donkey dick or anything like that, right? Like, I'm just like whatever I observe in that moment, right?
So it's observational.
Here's a thing you could say, right? Let's say there's a group of people, and this comes from, you ever heard of Neil Strauss?
Yeah.
So he wrote that book, The Game, right? Simple opener of a conversation. Who do you think lies more, men or women? You start a conversation, you're going. That's at a party, right? Boom. His book's great, by the way. But
Is that speed dating?
No, I don't know what speed dating. It was speed dating.
Picking girls up quick.
Oh, I thought speed dating was where you sat face to face from each other.
Oh yeah, it is. That's
Yeah.
another speed dating.
No. Yeah.
The pickup line.
No, it's
the art of the pickup.
Right.
The
And you know
pickup
what that
artist.
is?
That's who I'm talking about. The pickup
Right,
artist.
the pickup artist. All
Is
it
that Neil Strauss?
That's Neil Strauss. Which he has several great books. Emergency is a great book. He has a great book. Have you? Emergency is a great freaking book. In fact, it's great for what's going on in today's world. But another book is Truth, right? Great. It's called Truth, right? But it doesn't matter. Like, you can learn a series of conversation openers with human beings. Like, if you're like me, which is naturally has Asperger's, then you're going to you can still learn like how to move through that and open the conversation.
Yeah, if you want to.
If you want to. But why wouldn't you want to?
Well, if someone goes to the trouble of getting a real estate license, you'd think they'd want to know the rest of this stuff.
87% of them don't, Brad. They fail in the first 12 to 24 months.
But not intentionally.
No, but they still fail.
They fail because they don't have the right information.
Right. And they're afraid.
Which is mainly because, somehow, some way they were taught something wrong.
Right. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but
Well, have you ever heard there's a lot of scam courses out there?
I have heard there's a lot of scam courses. I'll tell you, every time I've gone through a course, even if it was shit, I learned something.
That's what I was going to say. Like a scam course is only a scam if you think it's a scam.
You know, the worst course I've ever done, I still learned something. It was the Rich Dad Poor Dad course like 10 years ago or something like that. I still fucking learned something from it.
Dude, there's people that say that book changed
My
their life.
The book was way better than the fucking course.
Right.
That's for sure.
But you learned something.
I learned something.
How much was the course?
I think it was like $6,000 or $7,000 back then.
Damn.
Yeah, which was a lot.
You got fucked.
My first
That's
course.
a scam.
No, man, I've spent so much on
Actually,
courses.
Robert Kiyosaki is going to be on the podcast.
Hell yeah, dude. I love fucking Kiyosaki. His podcast is on point.
He tells it real.
Yeah. Dude, he's been talking about silver for a long fucking time. I've been buying silver for like 15 years. Fucking silver right now, Brad, is the investment to fucking get.
Why?
Dude, I'll tell you why. First of all, it normally trades historically at 1/10 of what fucking gold trades. Right now, it's like at 65% of what gold is. You can buy an ounce of silver today for like $30 fucking dollars. So if it even just goes to the 1/10 of what gold is, you're gonna make a ton of money. But how much currency are they printing today? A shit ton. 7 trillion in the last 4 or 5 months. Gold and silver are gonna go through the roof. I think gold, silver, and fucking Bitcoin. It's decentralized. The dollar ain't fucking going anywhere.
It isn't?
Where's it fucking going? There's printing more and more of it. More currency into circulation. Grant talked about this recently. It's just more fucking zeros on the end.
Cardone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just more zeros going on the end. But as more people move to these safe, you've seen it going. We just had a correction in gold and silver just like today because of that. People are moving out of dollar. They're sitting on more fucking currency than ever before for the average human.
Plus, they're giving it away now.
Is it just me, Brad, or is dollar falling out of the fucking sky today? Like
It seems like it.
It doesn't it seem like it? Like
Everyone I talk to, business is up.
what? It's not only up. It's like, wow, there's another fucking bunch of money right there, just sitting there. I don't even fucking stand it. I can't tell if it's me like just attracting more money, which I don't think that's really what it is.
Yeah, I think it is.
I think, but that's probably part of it. But there's fucking money everywhere today.
Yeah, and people don't, have you heard that there's a third of Americans are out of work?
I heard
from COVID.
that. Yeah, I heard that.
Everyone I talk to is like, got money.
Even
if you're out of work, you're getting stimulus money.
Right. I have not met that person out of work that's broke.
And then you're taking that stimulus money and you're hopefully using it because money's a tool. You use it. You don't save it. You use it.
Yeah. You know who teaches that?
Who?
Robert Kiyosaki.
Oh, he does?
Savers or losers.
Is that what he says?
Yeah, he says savers.
I've heard it from Grant, and now I hear it from Kiyosaki. Yeah. I've experienced it myself.
He does love gold and silver, though. You have to ask about gold and silver when he comes. When's he coming on on the podcast?
I don't know. I'd have to ask Celentano.
Dude,
I just saw his name.
What I would do to be a fly in that podcast.
Come on down.
When is
he ain't showing up. He's only doing the Zoom.
Oh, he's doing the Zoom.
Plus on the 17th, I got Tommy Lauren. You know Tommy Lauren?
Oh, yeah. Is that blonde chick?
Yeah. Is it Tommy Lauren or Tommy Lauren?
I don't know, but she's cool.
We're going to have to figure out how to pronounce the name. She is cool.
You know what else Robert likes to buy?
What?
Guns and ammo.
Oh, see?
Who doesn't
Man
love
after my own
guns and
heart.
ammo? I love
Dude,
that.
if you ask me if this shit goes crazy and it breaks down into anarchy, guns and ammo are worth more than gold.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Like
you know what else is worth a lot? Food storage. You can
Food.
use that as currency.
Food, water, guns, ammo.
You better make friends with fucking guns.
I know a guy that has a shit ton of guns and a shit ton of ammo, and you know what I told him?
What?
You don't need all that. He goes, bullshit.
Yeah.
I said, all you need's one gun and one clip filled with ammo. He goes, what do you mean? I said, dude, with one fucking clip and one gun, I can take all your ammo.
Yeah, but it's a lot more work.
Doesn't matter. Like, I wouldn't stockpile it unless it's for trade.
Right. For
like,
sure.
I got 1 million rounds so I can sell rounds for food and protection and gold or whatever it is I'm collecting. But I wouldn't have rounds so I could shoot 1 million people.
Yeah.
You're not going to shoot 1 million people. If you have to have 1 million rounds, that means you're surrounded and you're fucked.
No, you're using it for trade, currency.
Currency.
You know, I got a buddy back home. He owns a pest control company. His business partner had just bought, probably like 6 years ago, a ton of 223 shells, right, for AR-15. And he's used it for currency for the last 6 years. He just used it for trade for shit.
Well, yeah, if you're collecting ammo for that reason, perfect. But I know some preppers that are collecting ammo in case the army comes to their door. And
I'm
it's
not worried about
like,
the army
dude,
coming to my door.
all you can use is a couple of guns and a couple of rounds. The rest is for trade.
That's exactly why you should move to Utah.
Why?
I think Utah has the best community in the United States today.
Because of the Mormons?
I think so. The Mormons are pretty solid. They've been talking about this for a long time.
Oh, dude, they got storage lockers.
You know who's been clear back in the 70s? Ezra Taft Benson. I told you last time. Remember last time we talked? I said, read the fucking Book of Mormon.
Yeah.
You haven't fucking read it. This is just another chapter of it, man. And he was talking about...
I've heard all about it.
Fuck. Oh, yeah, your brother, right?
And I've had the missionaries come over.
You have? Yeah, I wouldn't say like actually go to the church, but read the book.
I have.
Another great book is called None Dare Call It Conspiracy by Gary Allen.
None dare call it conspiracy.
Yeah, it was written clear back in like the 60s or 70s.
But Mormons do stick together.
They do.
But so do the Jews.
Yeah, the Jews do too, and they hold a lot of wealth in this world. Yeah.
I'd say most of it.
How many people are wearing masks here in the Las Vegas area?
Most.
Right. You go back to Utah, ain't no one fucking rolling around with a mask unless they're fucking fear of getting the virus.
Really?
Oh, fuck yeah.
If you fly to Utah, there's no masks?
Oh, there's masks.
But barely?
But the only place you're going to find masks is downtown Salt Lake. You go back to Ogden, the only people that have them in the other areas are the people that are required at the fucking restaurant.
Does anybody make you wear them?
I haven't been made yet. I was up in West Yellowstone a couple weeks ago. They fucking tried to make me. I said, dude, I got a health condition. He's like, what do you mean? I said, dude, that's a HIPAA violation, bro. You can't be asking me my fucking health condition. Do you want to have a problem here with the authorities? And then I just went on.
I've said it. I got away with it. I just got back from Boise. Nobody said squat.
That's fucking Idaho, dude.
Not only that, there was a sign on one of the doors that said masks are required, and then in an asterisk, in case you have a health condition, in which we will not ask about. So basically, that's a business owner saying, hey, listen, I got to do it because the governor's telling me to, but I'm not going to.
Why do they got to do it? Is a mandate a fucking law?
No.
Like, at what point did they say this is law? I don't remember people voting and saying this is the way we're going to do it.
It doesn't have to. Again, a lot of people, believe it or not, are ignorant of the Constitution. Ignorant. I talked to a constitutional lawyer one time, seriously, about this shit. He said, little do we all know, but we're not as free as we fucking think.
Oh, hell fucking no.
No. He said, according to the Constitution, as soon as they enact a such and such and such and such, the constitutional rights are suspended.
Yeah.
They said, you do not have the right to fucking make everybody sick. Your individuality is not more important than a collective fucking safety.
I think you have the right. You're just going to deal with the consequences.
No, you don't have the right.
Well, you're going to deal with the consequences, right? You could
refuse. You don't have the right.
You could refuse it, and then you're going to deal with
I know, but I'm going to get a lot of shit from all the constitutionalists because I'm one. Yeah. But according to the lawyer, and again, I'm not a constitutional lawyer. That's why I'm not arguing with him. I still don't agree with it.
For sure. I don't agree
with it. But this
either.
constitutional lawyer said point blank, you don't have as many rights as you think you do, because when they enacted some law or evoked some national emergency or they did something, and you can look it up, they did do it.
Yeah.
All your constitutional rights are technically suspended.
Yep.
You don't have them.
Yeah.
You're running around acting like your Constitution's been suspended, motherfucker. Yeah. You don't have the rights you think you do, and one of the rights you do not have is to get everybody else sick.
Yeah.
So, for example, if this were real, because I think the virus is real.
Yeah, for sure it's real. There's something there.
No, it's like flu's real.
Yeah, but tuberculosis is real.
It's all real.
Like the gal I'm dating, her dad.
So when I say if
tuberculosis,
this is real, I want people to understand. I don't mean that it's not real, because I'm sure it's real, just like the flu is. But we're not hiding behind masks because of the flu. I think the masks are a scam.
Yeah.
I don't believe that there's no agenda behind all this, and it's not just your safety, because how can you be told to wear a mask walking in the door and then you can take it off as soon as you've seated? Okay, then guess what? It's not for safety anymore. It's for compliance.
Right.
And compliance is stupidity if you're doing it for no reason.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean by real. Of course, the virus is real, folks. I'm just saying that if this were real, you don't have the right to walk in or around a city and infect people because your rights are being trampled.
Right, and so stop going to those places, right? Like Walmart.
Or stay home if you're afraid.
Stop going to Walmart.
What about just stay home?
Right. Like go to where you...
I've got the right to come to Walmart just like you do.
I didn't go to Walmart before the fucking COVID. Why am I going to go today?
Yeah.
Just because I can't wear a mask.
Well, let's go back to masks.
Right.
Masks, they say right on the box, don't work.
Right. Especially for COVID. They say for COVID.
It doesn't work.
Right.
Masks don't work.
Right.
Okay. CDC said they didn't work until everybody was...
You know what this is?
And then Fauci said they didn't work. And then guess what? Oh, masks will cause people to freaking be fearful.
You know where I'm moving next? South to fucking Dakota.
Me too.
I'm going to South Dakota. Plus they got great pheasant hunting.
Dude, I'm going to wait till November 4th. But if November 4th comes and goes and this isn't
All right,
and
all
this
right, all
isn't
right.
ended.
So is
I really will move, like to whatever state doesn't play this stupidity, or if the whole country
you're going out of Vegas. You're going out of Vegas.
Well,
Why
if
would you
this whole
stay here?
country does the stupidity, then I'm going to find another place to live because I can work from anywhere. Number one. Number two, if the whole world's this way, dude, all I'm going to do is focus on today, meaning what do I want to be doing today? Well, I guarantee you a beach is probably a part of the answer.
Yeah. There's no skiing there, though.
Well, it's just not good anymore.
Right.
Like you go to a freaking beach resort and everybody's wearing masks. You have to wear a mask. The mask is actually causing people hypoxia. That's causing people ailments and lowered immune. And now we're getting sicker and sicker and people are dying. And then the vaccine comes out and the vaccine's not helping anybody. And it's
Fauci
like,
even said it won't help people. He said at best 40%, something like that, 50%.
yeah. So if it gets stupid like that, well then, dude, I'm just going to
How was
live
your
every
flu
day.
shot
I'm
last
just
year?
going to live every day the best I can and enjoy it because there's not going to be many more enjoyable days, I think.
I think it all depends on your perception. Dude, I enjoy a lot of days.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
Until you don't.
Till you don't. I think it just depends on how you choose. And there's one thing. You ever read the book Science of Getting Rich?
Yeah.
In there, he says.
Wallace Wattles.
Wallace D. Wattles. The world is not going to the devil. It's going to God.
Right. It's already the devil's.
It's not the devil.
The earth is the devil's if you believe in the Bible.
Yeah, it's the terrestrial, what is the telestial, whatever they call it in there in Corinthians.
Terrestrial.
Right. But you get to choose.
But no.
You get to choose your
The earth
perception.
is the devil's if you believe in the Bible.
And you get to choose your experience here. So what
Earth
are we
is
all
the
in
devil's.
Are we all in hell then?
I don't know. I know that the earth is the devil's. It says it.
So talk to me about
I don't know how this went religious, but you don't want me to get deep into that
the mark
discussion.
of the beast. Is this it?
Could be. Again, sounds pretty damn fucking similar.
Sam's very fucking
Says
similar.
you will need a mark on the right hand or the forehead. Someone says, "Oh, that's not in the forehead. That's not the mark." Dude, listen to what it's saying. They might have been wrong. Maybe it's not the forehead, but maybe it's in the mind.
Right.
So again, maybe
Dude.
that's the forehead.
Yeah.
But ultimately, they're going to come out with something that IDs you as being okay to buy, sell, and travel.
Yep.
If that happens, where in fact you are not allowed on an airplane without a proof that you've been vaccinated. You're not allowed to do commerce, go to the mall, shop, go to the movies. You're not allowed to participate in society without this identification that you've been vaccinated or you're safe.
Yeah.
Dude, that is what it describes.
Yeah.
And I always thought, come on, dude. Well, I guess I'll believe that when I see it. Well,
you're seeing it.
You might start seeing it. Well,
Yeah.
you don't see it yet.
Well, did
it's
you
just a
see-
bunch of hype conjecture.
Did you see that there was a company, right? I see it going on YouTube or some shit right now where the company's stoked about putting injections in their people's wrists
Yeah.
and they get their like vending machine shit. Like you got your fucking coffee bar out here. They got to beep, beep to get their fucking coffee.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not afraid to fucking die. I prefer not to.
Well, if that's the only way you could eat and feed your family, you probably would.
I don't know, dude. I had a freaking course in college. Let's say you're on the top of a plateau and you know that these fucking pillagers are coming to kill your entire village. They're going to rape you, your children, your fucking women. What do? You kill yourself, you get raped.
Well, if that's the only possibility and you knew for sure, yeah, I'd slaughter all my kids and kill myself last.
Amen.
That's what I'd do.
Right.
But again, that's why people right now, believe it or not, suicides are going up. Because people right now, they don't realize that the media is scaring the shit out of feeble-minded people.
You know who's winning the media? Democrats are smart. They fucking said 40 years ago, let's
Dude,
take the
they
fucking
own
media. They
the
are
media.
the media. Republicans said, let's go for the money. Democrats, let's go for the fucking the media, the narrative.
Well, dude, I'm telling you, that's who's got the strength. But we shall see, because I also think, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that Trump. Well, again, I got to see all the candidates, but if it's Biden and Trump, Trump's winning.
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure.
No matter what.
Boom.
Now, if I'm wrong, I'm moving. Now, people say they said that. Oh, this celebrity said it. If Trump wins, they're moving, and they never moved. I will move.
Where are you going?
I don't know, but I'm not going to be here.
Yeah.
If we're electing a president that wants to defund police, that doesn't know how to form a sentence, that literally sniffs children. I mean, dude,
Yeah, he's a sniffer.
it's not editing that you see clips of him. He's very touchy
Did you
feely.
see? You could test my mental.
I don't know, and I'm not against the guy. I don't know the guy, so I'm not against the guy.
To run our he's not fit to run our country.
But dude, you have to vote for someone that is like a business person because this country is a business.
Yep.
And that's why it's been fucked up, because it's been ran by politicians. Republican or Democrat is irrelevant.
Yeah.
What's relevant is are they a politician or non-politician?
Right.
There's backroom deals going on.
Jerking people.
There's shit that's going on that's not good, Democrat and Republican. Right. They've both been in the back making deals.
Yep.
I don't want politicians running shit. I want business people running shit. If you look at facts, okay, things that Trump did or had happen that no other president had happen, that's all I can look at. Like, again, when people go, you don't think he's a doof? Yeah, sometimes he seems a little bit of a doofus thing. But I know,
you're a doof.
Dude, I know that my taxes got lowered. I know that they did.
Right.
And I know that my daughter, who's not a rich person, and I don't give them riches, so they spoiled, they got to earn.
Yeah.
Their taxes went down, and she's just a normal person.
Right.
So it's not just the rich are getting taxed, just the poor are getting taxed. Dude, whatever he did, everybody's taxes went down. Okay. He has unemployment. It's been the lowest in the history of 50 years.
Even in Utah.
So how come all these other presidents, Democrat or Republican, haven't done that? Right. You know why? Because they're in the game. Yeah. The game is, hey, you do that and we're not going to vote for you. You do that and I'm going to tell my friend not to sponsor you and donate money. And they're all politicians and they're in there rubbing each other's back.
Yep.
Get some non-politicians in there that just want to straighten out the country. I think we have a great shot.
I think you're going to see more people like that too. Like I've talked to some
good.
business owners.
Then maybe I'll vote for someone else.
I've talked to some business
owners. And by the way,
owners.
I don't even vote. Do you vote?
I vote.
Why? You know it's worthless.
Yeah, it's a little bit worthless.
It's worthless.
But it's a bit of energy. Right?
I know, but it's totally worthless.
Yeah,
Most people don't understand that. They think
Utah's going to be Republican no matter what.
I know, but they think their vote matters, and in reality, in some cases maybe, but most cases,
so what level does the vote count? Well, when you vote for your governor?
No,
when you vote for your House of Representatives? There's
an electorate college, an electoral college. I think there's 500 and let's say 38, maybe 585.
Yeah. And they vote.
They vote.
Right.
Their vote is what fucking elects a president. That's why you need 270 to be president, because it's more than half.
Yep.
Which means it doesn't matter what the country fucking voted. Mm-hmm. It matters what the electorates voted. Do you know why? Because back in the day when all this shit was set up, they didn't think we were smart enough to vote. Mm-hmm. They wanted you to be a landowner.
What do you think about that?
Well, the way it was set up is wrong. Okay. But that was then. This is now. At the end of the day, people want to abolish the Electoral College. Yeah. After Trump got elected, now they really want to abolish it. Yeah. Before Trump was elected, it was the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Now they want to get rid of it.
So that's why
how he won, right? He didn't win the popular vote, did he?
No. Well, according to the media, but I don't believe them. Who knows? Who counted the fucking votes too? What do you
think about the mail-in voting? You think it's fraudulent?
It will be.
Yeah.
I think voting's fraudulent.
Yeah.
But the Electoral College, mail-in voting.
Okay,
dude,
so
I don't need you to mail in your vote. We need to ask those 538 fucking people who they voting for. Right. That's who decides.
Right.
And if you're a elector and you look at your constituency and 90% of your state votes Trump, technically you would think they would have to vote Trump regardless of their thought. Right?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense.
Hey, I vote the other way, but these some bitches want me to vote this way.
Yeah.
So I voted that way. Yeah. Well, if that were the truth, it'd be fair. Right. But it's not that way. Right. I would vote if that were the case. Right. If I vote and the whole state of Nevada votes and our electoral college, our little representatives, want Biden, they vote Biden regardless of how we vote.
Yep.
Which means my vote's worthless.
Worthless.
So I don't even vote.
Yeah.
And if someone's listening and this is wrong, correct me. Because I'd love to go do my part. But when people are like, get out and vote, do your part and vote, I always feel like, why? It doesn't go anywhere.
What do you we could talk about, look at Trump, look at Biden. They have a marketing system, and all they're doing is selling into their votes.
Yeah, well, Trump's a better salesman.
Way better salesman.
Not to mention, dude, Biden can't form a sentence and keep one. I can't wait for the debate.
I would love. Do you think they're going to get rid of the debate this year?
No.
I would love it if is it going to be on Zoom? Or is it going to be in person?
I don't know.
I'd love
but
it.
I'm going to be glued as are most Americans.
I think that's the positive about this year. You're going to have more people paying attention.
Dude, that's the whole thing. I'm glad this all happened because now people understand it's important to vote for your local government because that is basically by a vote.
Well, and think about who we've been voting in as local government for the last 20 years.
We didn't care. Who's your senator?
Fucking senator.
Did you vote for a senator?
You know who we have?
Yes or no?
I voted Mike Lee. We got Mike Lee in Utah.
I like his last name.
Yeah.
But
L-E-E.
normally though, we're not voting for our senators or our district chairs and all this shit. Our board of education.
Well, even our local fucking city council.
Yeah, but somebody's voting, but it ain't the majority.
Right? No, it's not.
We need to get involved.
It is,
folks. Let me.
I think more business people are going to get involved because they're like, well, fuck, if I don't do it, who will?
Well, I think we all need to wake up. Problem is,
we can't vote in Patty from the HOA.
Problem is, dude, it doesn't matter. You need to go get the vote of the 500 and X amount of people that matter. Yeah. The rest of us are just fucking sheep
we
being
started
herded.
This podcast about generating customers,
right? And we did. Although we're long overdue.
Is that what it is?
We're past.
Was there a time limit?
Yes, only because I have a thing to come up.
What's the thing?
The thing you're going to be on.
Oh yeah, the
Closer School Live. If we didn't have it already scheduled, we could just shoot the shit with fucking Val Kilmer here for days. You're like a late Val Kilmer.
Yeah. No, fuck you.
You're like a
I'm Val Wahlberg.
Yeah,
I told you
you're a
this
cross
last
between
time.
Val Kilmer and Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Folks, listen. You guys can get more of this dude by just following him on Instagram, the WGR. Colton Lindsay, if you want to Google his ass, or the WGR. Yeah. You can also check him out at Rick Colton Real Estate.
I don't know what the fuck
what
is
the
that.
fuck is
That's
that?
like a fucking YouTube channel from I don't know.
You still have it though.
Yeah.
We do our research.
I don't know what the fuck it is. You could fuck that. Just
okay.
Google,
And where do people go if they want to take this quiz?
The5levels.com. THE5levels.com.
The5levels.com with the number 5. Go see how good of a realtor you are, folks. It'll tell you what level you are.
Yeah.
And I imagine if you're not the right level, it'll correct your levelness.
Oh, yeah.
It'll level you up.
Yeah.
And other than that, man, hey, share this podcast out. There might be a little tidbit of information that someone needs, someone wants, or someone freaking. Hey.
A little tad from Brad today.
No, I'm getting used to my new setup.
I like it.
But share this out because somebody might need it, want to hear it. Do your duty if you like dropping bombs and share it out. All you do is hit share, tag me in it, and we appreciate you. Till next time, man, keep it real.